Hello, welcome to BioGreat TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Major ethnic groups in Tanzania and their peculiarities. Tanzania has a rich cultural diversity with more than 100 indigenous ethnic groups and over 100 different dialects spoken across the country. Each of these ethnic groups have their peculiar language and culture, with some similarities between them. Let's look at major ethnic groups in the country. Sakuma. The Sakuma are the largest ethnic group in Tanzania with about 9.6 million members, making up about 16% of the country's total population. Sakuma means north, and they mainly inhabit the northwestern part of Tanzania. Most of the Sakuma people engage in subsistence farming and also herd cattle. Sweet potatoes and millet are their staple food, while cotton and tobacco are their main cash crops. Dancing is an important aspect of life for the Sakuma. They are famous throughout Tanzania for their innovative dancing styles. They usually hold annual dance competitions where dancers try to outdo each other. Some believe that many of the Sakuma dances have their origins with cooperative farming groups who traveled from farm to farm. Members assisted one another to work on their own farms and also worked as a group in exchange for money. To help pass time and to maintain their energy, the workers composed songs and raised their hoes to the rhythm of singing and drumming. This type of cooperative group still exists today among the Sakuma. The majority of Sakuma people practice traditional beliefs with ancestral and spirit worship. Every aspect of their lives, from naming to planting, is affected by their belief in the ancestral and other spirits. Amwazi. About 4 million Tanzanians make up the Amwazi ethnic group, making it the second largest in the country. Amwazi religious beliefs have been shaped by traditional beliefs as well as the influence of Islam and Christianity. Traditional Amwazi spirituality centers on the relationship between the living and their ancestors. Relations with the ancestors are maintained through rituals such as animal sacrifices and other ceremonies. These activities are supervised by diviners who are more or less spiritual advisors. They interpret events and determine which spirits are to be appeased and what rituals should be carried out to restore balance in people's lives. Chuga. The Chuga people are the third largest ethnic group in Tanzania. They are predominantly farmers and have a reputation to be hardworking. The Chuga people are believed to have migrated to the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro during the Bantu migration and were organized into chiefdoms. Most of the Chuga people have embraced the Western culture. Christianity and Islam have replaced the indigenous beliefs and religious practices of the people. The main language spoken by the Chuga people is Kichaga, and it has several dialects spoken in different regions. Despite the variations in dialect, the Chuga people can understand one another. He who leaves a child lives eternally. So goes a Chuga proverb which illustrates the Chuga's belief that people live through their descendants. Children begin learning to do chores around the homestead as soon as they can walk. Girls learn to cook and clean. The boys learn to herd cattle. A rite called Kisusa is carried out when a child reaches about 12 years of age. An elderly woman and youths who have already been initiated sing about good morals and talk to the child about good behavior. Then an animal sacrifice follows. Usually a goat is used, and a month later, a purification ceremony is done. Traditionally, before a male youth is allowed to marry, an initiation ceremony known as Ngasi is observed. The young man goes to live in the forest where he receives instruction in manhood, hunting, and enduring various ordeals. The equivalent ceremony for females is the Shija ceremony, which was performed after the young women were circumcised. The female learns about Chuga rituals, sexuality, menstruation, and procreation. These initiation ceremonies were, however, abolished by the Germans, who colonized Tanzania from 1885 to 1919. The main food of the Chuga is bananas. Bananas are also used to make beer, which is their main beverage. They grow other crops too, including millet, maize, beans, and cassava. They also keep cattle, goats, and sheep. Pregnant women usually eat a diet of milk, sweet potatoes, fat yams, and butter. These are regarded as female foods. Bananas and beer are not to be consumed by pregnant women, as they are regarded as male food. Hadza. The Hadza ethnic group is a rather fascinating one. They are one of the last remaining societies in the world that survive purely from hunting and gathering. Very little has been altered in the way the Hadza live their lives, with a population of less than 2,000. The Hadza reside in northern Tanzania in caves around Lake Eyasi. There have been several efforts to civilize the Hadza since the colonial era, but all have failed. They have continued to live just the way their ancestors did thousands of years ago. Their men typically engage in hunting animals and gathering honey, which they bring home to feed their families, while women and children gather fruits, berries, and roots. They use body parts harvested from other animals, they lure and put down game. An interesting aspect of Hadza culture is their language, believed to have some form of relation to the Bushmen of the Kalahari Desert, with the distinctive tongue of cliques that is similar to the Bushmen. Despite these and their similar physical appearances, DNA testing has not proven any relation between the two groups. While the Hadza certainly have myths they believe in and pass on from generation to generation, they are generally not characterized as having a formal, complex religion. This is largely because they don't have places of worship, religious leaders, gods, idols, and so on. However, they do practice certain rituals which are significant in their culture. The most important ritual is the Epeme dance and Epeme meat eating. Epeme is the Hadza's concept of manhood, hunting, and the relationships between sexes. True adult men are referred to as Epeme men. They attain that status by killing large game, usually in their early 20s. However, a man who has not killed a large game by his 30s automatically becomes an Epeme and will be allowed to eat the Epeme meat. Epeme men also participate in an Epeme dance. This dance occurs every night when the moon is not visible. An interesting fact about the Hadza is because they live in isolation from other tribes and do not intermarry, the HIV epidemics and other diseases are not present among them. Other ethnic groups in Tanzania include the Misai, Ikoma, Gweno, Ha, Mande, Kamba, Akiek, Alagwa, Gorowa, Digo, Bembe, among several others. Which have we missed out of these ethnic groups? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.